Good evening, biafrans, wonderful people all over the world. I salute you, I greet you from my location. I welcome you to this very important broadcast, if I may use that word. First of all, my name is David Ngozi Nana. David Nana is from Olu State, from Oguta County in Olu State of United States of Biafra. And I have been serving the Biafran people as an admin of the Biafran Republic government in Mozambique. So this morning, this evening, or this afternoon, depending on the location, there is something that is very, very important I want us to talk about or discuss, especially most of our people, most of Biafrans, who don't actually understand that such things do exist, or such things I'm going to talk about happened. First of all, if you are coming across this my channel for the first time, please like and share my videos so that anytime I have any posting, you can be among the first people that will get notification on whatever information is posted. You can be among the first people that will have the opportunity of watching or listening to it. Yeah, having said that, I'll be very quick. You see, the Biafran restoration that happened between 29th to 3rd of December 2024 came with a lot of mixed feelings. You see, last year, a lot of positive things happened for Biafra, and as well negative. Last year, Biafrans witnessed the greatest, recognition of Biafra all around the world through the Biafran Republic government in exile. And to climax it all, the declaration of the restoration of the Biafra that happened in late Finland on 29th of November 2024. And a lot of things happened after that declaration, even before the declaration, that a lot of people were confused about. Even up to this moment, some people took the decision not to be part of the government again. Some people decided to stay on the fence. Some people even left the liberation, because according to them, what happened after the re-declaration was not expected, and it took some people off guard. So I'm going to talk about today the red flags of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. The red flags of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Who is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze? Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is an appointed COS, Chief of Staff, to the Office of the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government, Mazi Simon Akanjo. In other words, you can liken the COS to be a secretary to the Prime Minister. Okay. Now, something happened on the 18th of November 2024. We ceased to hear from our Prime Minister, to see any tweet from him, or to refuse or to receive any message from him. So as we were looking forward for the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, because it has been a much publicized convention, Biafrans, the whole world, we are notified, the whole countries were notified about their upcoming declaration of the United States of Biafra. So our Prime Minister made people to understand that on the 2nd of December, Biafra will be restored. The declaration that was made on 1967 to 1970 by our internal leader of Nego was to be restored, because after the 1967-70 Biafran Nigerian war, Biafra land was now under occupation. We are now being forced into one Nigeria. As a result, the intimidation, the humiliation, the harassment skyrocketed in Nigeria against the Biafran people. So the fight for the restoration, the agitation for independent state of Biafra now received international attention in 2008. So Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who is a COS to the office of the Prime Minister, was among those who graced the Lati Convention of 2024. So a lot of things happened in that convention that most of our people were very much surprised. And even as I am speaking to you today, a lot of things are still happening. But then, what led to what is happening today? I want to bring us back to be able to know the genesis before we can get to revelation, because certainly we will get to the revelation of this. Now, Ngozi Orabueze, being the COS to the office of the Prime Minister, a lot of people thought that she will be the next after the Prime Minister. And we don't blame such persons, because, Nigeria have destroyed the psyche of a lot of our people. They no longer know the hierarchy of political position in a government. So in order not to go into that political aspect, I want to delve straight into the point why I am here to talk more about the red flags of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. And like I said before, every other actions and activities of Ngozi Orabueze emanated from this red flag. And I want to state it categorically clear that to the last count I have had so far, it is up to 40 red flags and counting that is surrounding Dr. Ngozi Orabueze today. Yes, over 40 red flags. And it's not encouraging. And it does not speak well about this woman called Ngozi Orabueze. Number one red flag is that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa was called for questioning, I think on the 18th of November 2024. So having been called for questioning our Prime Minister never knew that he was not going to be around for the convention. As a matter of fact, he has already planned how the convention will go, has set up the committee to oversee how the convention was going to look like, and everything was fully prepared. So our Prime Minister was taken into finished custody on the 18th of November 2024. And Biafrans were, worried because every day we go to his Twitter handle to get information what is happening in the government or all around the world. Our Prime Minister was not available up to this moment. So now, before the convention proper, a lot of Biafrans were now, looking at how is the convention going to go without the Prime Minister. Then we started hearing some side talks, some rumors about surrogacy, non-surrogacy, and a kind of misunderstanding wanting to come into the government before even the declaration. Now, information have come out in relation to a lot of things that happened before the convention, after the convention, and up to today. So these are the things I am going to highlight to Biafrans to understand the reason why when you see people talk about Ngozi Orabueze in a manner that you don't like is because of some of these things that I'm going to explain to us here. Number one, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa sent a WhatsApp message through his attorney, Marianne, from Finland to Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. We were meant to understand by the attorney herself that the message was meant for Ngozi Orabueze, since the Prime Minister will not be going to the convention. Ngozi Orabueze was asked through that WhatsApp text message to make sure that she checks the mails and see the ones that can be responded to, since the Prime Minister will not be there, and as well report back to the government, right? So, Ngozi Orabueze doctored, changed the content of this WhatsApp message to mean that the Prime Minister handed over the power of surrogacy to her. In other words, that the Prime Minister have handed her over the baton to take over the Biafran Republic government in exile before he comes back. That text message that was sent was now doctored to suit Ngozi Orabueze's narrative. That is the first red flag that happened before the convention. In that WhatsApp message, Ngozi Orabueze claimed that the Prime Minister wants her to take decisions for him, on behalf of him, and take decisions of the government activities. But mind you, Ngozi Orabueze is not an elected member of the cabinet, rather an appointee, like I said earlier, a secretary to the office of the Prime Minister. That was the number one red flag that happened during the convention. Doctoring that letter was a very big sabotage, an insubordination on the Prime Minister and on the government. This was an act that must be condemned by every Biafran, irrespective where you belong in this government or in this Biafra restoration. That was the number one red flag. And this particular red flag made Dr. Ngozi Orabueze to disrespect every member of the cabinet, both those who are older than her, those who are the same age with her, and those that she is elder to. Because she now looked upon herself as the deputy prime minister, as somebody who comes after the prime minister, which is very, very wrong. So this is the first red flag that Ngozi Orabueze, the first blunder or the first act of sabotage of the prime minister that Ngozi Orabueze carried out in the absence of the prime minister. Number two, there is what we call the CRC, Conflict Resolution Committee. This Conflict Resolution Committee was put in place by the Prime Minister to resolve issues of dispute or misunderstanding that may arise in the government or between cabinet members. And in cases whereby the Prime Minister is not there to act or to function in his responsibility, in his duty as the Prime Minister of the people, it is the responsibility of the CRC to now sit, call a meeting together with the cabinet members and elect somebody, a Prime Minister tempero, somebody that will act while the Prime Minister is away until the Prime Minister rejoins the government. The red flag number two of Ngozi Orabueze was that Ngozi Orabueze tried to dissolve the CRC, Conflict Resolution Committee, headed by Mazi or Mr. Ima Maduabu. That is number two red flag of Ngozi Orabueze. Number three red flag. You see, the Biafran Charter that was signed into law in 2023 in Helsinki, Finland, is the guiding principle or the foundation of the Biafran Republic government in Israel, of the government of Biafra. In other words, all the actions, activities, or procedures or processes of government, election, appointment, the Biafran Charter stipulated how the government must be run, how the government is to function. When the Prime Minister is not there, what the CRC should do. And the Biafran Charter as well established the fact that it is the people that have the ultimate right and privilege to decide how they want their government to be run. As a matter of fact, the Biafran Charter gave the people the sole responsibility and authority of deciding and holding their government into account and deciding how they want to be governed. Now, to make it shorter, it is through the Biafran Charter that the government functions. The government do not function on its own. The Biafran Charter is just like a constitution that guides the government of Biafra into whatever action and activities it embarks upon in the process of this liberation. the charter is the guiding principle of the Biafran Republic government in exile, or the foundation of the government. Now, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze never acted in accordance with the charter. And when she was confronted with it, she said the charter is a shadow document and should not be put to use for now. As a matter of fact, she tried to let people understand that it is the constitution that should be applicable now, that the charter have done its own duty, that right now the constitution should be used in administering whatever government processes and procedures, government functions should be adhered to in accordance with the constitution. Now, we all understand that we are not yet a country and we cannot apply our constitution. It is the charter that will guide the Biafran government into full autonomy of Biafran region. Only then can the constitution be applied. So what did Ngozi Orabueze do? Ngozi Orabueze tried to dump the Biafran charter, saying that the Biafran charter is irrelevant in the activities of the Biafran Republic government. That is another red flag. That is the number 3rd red flag of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Then number 4, it will be recalled that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have always said that he knows the day that Biafra will come. He has always used it as a slogan. He have already sang song with it. And he later made us understand that Biafra will be declared or be restored on the 2nd of December 2024. Now, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, having acted on red flag number 1, which is the doctoring of the WhatsApp message that was sent through the attorney to her, having doctored it to suit her own narrative, Ngozi Orabueze tried to change the declaration date to 29th of November. As a matter of fact, because of the surrogacy power that she claimed that WhatsApp message gave to her, because whatever our Prime Minister was to read was now handed over to Ngozi Orabueze to read in the convention ground or in the convention venue. So having acted upon the cue that she plotted, she now tried to change the date of the declaration from 2nd of December to 29th of November 2024. And you ask her what were her reasons. One of the reasons that Ngozi Orabueze gave for the declaration to happen on the 29th of November 2024 was that the Nigerian government were planning with Sani Akbarawa, Rafa Jere, Finance Minister Ogechukwu Nkere, Imam Madabu, and other people that she have accused that the Nigerian government planned with this individual to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 29th, send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Finland so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come and declare Biafra on the 2nd, thereby disrupting the convention. This was the reasons why Ngozi Orabueze insisted that the declaration date must be changed from 2nd to 29th of November. In other words, that was the day the pronouncement was made before the ratification was made on the 2nd. So this is the 4th red flag of Ngozi Orabueze, because our Prime Minister, while he was here, gave the Nigerian government a condition. That condition was, before he can have any negotiation with anybody, or before we can stop the delegitimization of the terrorists in Biafra land, and for any negotiation to happen, or for him to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's order, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released from the DSS custody, sent to Finland as a free man. It is only then that he can be able to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So now, having heard what the Prime Minister said and the condition he gave for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, and hearing that Ngozi Orabueze pronounced the declaration of December on the 29th because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was purportedly expected to be released and sent to Finland, that was another red flag. Because she now looked at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an obstacle against the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. That was the number 4th red flag against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. And everybody is expected to ask her question: when has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release become an obstacle to the Biafran restoration or declaration? Your guess is as good as mine. And number 5, I am going to end it here, number 5, because I don't want the video to be very, very long. I have over 40 red flags, but the 5th one, the 5th red flag that Ngozi Orabueze, the 5th blunder she tried to commit, was that Ngozi Orabueze tried to suspend Mazi Success, a PA to the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You see, for most of us, most of Biafrans who have been following the activities of this liberation, you will understand that a lot of Biafrans have so many avenues, or so many work or jobs, specific work that they were doing for the Biafran government. And this assignment was given to them by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa himself. Mazi Success happens to be one of those sensitive areas in the liberation of Biafra that nobody is expected to tamper with. Mazi Success is somebody that the Prime Minister never jokes with. Mazi Success is somebody that is a linkage between the Biafran Defense Forces and the government. Now, Ngozi Orabueze sent out a memo that Mazi Success has been suspended. She never gave reasons, or one of the reasons she gave was that there was some information that was demanded from Success, and Success was not forthcoming with such information. And so therefore, he has to be suspended. And according to her, it was every action that she took was on behalf of the Prime Minister. So in other words, She suspended, she tried to suspend success on behalf of Obatobie himself, which is practically impossible. That Obatobie couldn't have demanded that success be suspended in his own absence. That's a very big red flag for anybody who has been following this movement, this liberation up to this moment should understand that anything that concerns defense, you don't treat it with kid gloves. And it is not everybody that is privileged to know things about the defense. The Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa is a reserve in Finnish military. He is a military man. And every person that he has chosen for a specific job, he trusted each and every one of them. And if there were any problem, any lapses in their line of duty, the Prime Minister would have noticed it. The Prime Minister would have, if it's something that he needs to act upon, he will need to act. Not Ngozi Orabueze, who is just like a secretary in his office. In other words, as a staff of the Prime Minister, I will say that Ngozi Orabueze have the right to fire the PA to the Prime Minister, right? Under government, hierarchy, she is in charge of the staffs that are working in the office of the Prime Minister, which she is the chief. Okay, but in this scenario, because of she has been able to, exhibit, she has been able to demonstrate that she has an ulterior motive in what she was doing. So talking about the firing of success or the trying to suspend success was a very big red flag for those of us, most of the Biafran people who have been following the trend of events with the Prime Minister will understand that the Prime Minister never joked with anything of defense. That was a very big red flag. And that was one of the blunders that Ngozi Orabueze committed during the convention and after the convention that made a lot of Biafran to suspect and until today believe that she has an agenda and she have those who she is working for, those who are bankrolling her into trying to commit all these blunders in the Biafran Republic government in Eza. But unfortunately, you can never sabotage Obatobie and succeed. And you can never destroy Biafra. It will take you more than 500, 1 million years to do that. And that is why anybody that rises up to sabotage or to try to destroy Biafra can never succeed, because Biafran restoration is a God's ordained project, and Biafra must be restored in our own time. So this is where I will end it for today, and I will continue to bring you the red flags until we get to the number 40 and counting, because there are a lot of red flags surrounding Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and it is very, very unfortunate that a lot of people don't see what we see, and those who see it are those who have the spirit of Biafra in them. So thank you so much for listening. I still remain your brother, Mazi David Nana. Join me next time as I bring you other red flags of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. I appreciate everybody. Please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, David Nanabiti. Thank you and good night from here.